Alright, sorry about that, we weren't paying attention.
Yeah, it was.
Get back to Void Raven.
God damn it! Why do I have to do everything? Oh wait, I'm the only Dark Eldar player
In the world.
I remember the joke that they, that some people at the store said, it's like, you should go to Ard Boys with your Dark Eldar back when it's still the third edition book, and win. And then when they ask you for your prize, be like, what would you like? Oh, Dark Eldar. You want some of the new models when they come up? No, I only want the old ones. Have you ever even seen? No, shut up. I'd have to be wearing a cape and a helmet too, though, so you know.
And no, you'd have to ask for all male wishes.
No, I'm not that insane. But the Void Raven, the Implosion Missile, like we were saying, you take a characteristic check against your wounds. If you fail it, you suffer instant death regardless of toughness. And it's AP 2, so
Terminators get fucked.
you still get invulnerable saves and cover saves as normal, and vehicles are completely unaffected by the Implosion Missile. Really cool missile for the Void. This is for the Void Raven only. Is the Shatterfield Missile. Strength 7. AP nothing, assault 1, large blast, 1 shot like all the other missiles. It gets to re-roll the wound because basically it's exploded twice.
Why are these bullets shooting bullets?
Pretty much. The Razor Wing Jet Fighter and the Void Raven Bomber base can deep strike, so they can appear out of nowhere and really start causing some havoc, but it's they miss a turn of shooting when they do that, which is really important for this army. But you get your cover save because you came at a certain speed and all that. Okay, and then as far as the other heavy support choices, they have the Talos Pain Engine, as it's now called, is back.
Which no longer has the retarded gun.
You mean the gun of? Are you the closest mortal? Oh, who's the next one? That thing pissed me off. I was like, I'm not even going to shoot this one. I didn't take the Talos much before. Not really a fan of it now. It's the Wraith Lord equivalent for this army. Now instead of having the Sting, which was the weapon we were describing, it's just got a 12-make splinter cannon. He's weapon skill 5, strength 5, toughness, strength 7, toughness 7, 3 wounds, initiative 4, D6 attacks like before. He's got a 3+ armor save. You know what I mean? He's
The Wraith Lord.
yeah, pretty much. He can be given the Eager Injector, which this was a big thing in this army. If the model hit by the Eager Injector fails to pass a toughness check, they suffer instant death regardless of toughness. That's a big thing in this army, is the amount of weapons that cause instant death regardless of toughness. It's all over the place. There's a lot of stuff that does it. So it's rather commonplace for this army, which is really nice because there's a lot of things out there that just need to die instantly.
Carnifexes. Tide tyrants.
I love the fact that Tyranids can be instant killed. It can be upgraded with a Stinger Pod instead of its Splinter Cannon, which is 24-inch range, strength 5, AP 5, assault 2, blast. So, it just nice for mopping up light infantry and stuff like that. And even Marines, I guess, to an extent, because you wound them a little bit easier, but it's not going to get through their armor. It's still pretty nice, though.
I'd still rather have the poison cannon.
True. And then the Chain Flails, which is an upgrade for it, which allows you to roll 2 dice for its random attacks. Pick the higher of the 2. It's got move through cover like all monstrous creatures, and it can get pain tokens as well, so you can end up with feel no pain token 7 thing.
Which is, if you don't know, is terrifying to say the least.
And then the other new Talos kind of counterpart in the heavy support is the Kronos Parasite Engine. I really want to field one of these, actually. It's weaker in combat. It's only got 2 attacks instead of the D6. It's only weapon skill 3. It's only strength 5. It's still toughness 7 like the Talos with 3 wounds and all that, with 3+ armor save. But what this thing does, it's a support unit for the army, which is one of the things the army didn't really have before, was something kind of like crazy like this. for pretty much any time it kills a model, this is one or more enemy models, you can pick a unit within 12 of the Chronos or the Chronos itself. That unit gains a pain token when it kills something with one of these weapons. And the weapons it has to kill things with are the Spirit Siphon, which is a flamethrower, Strength 4, AP 3, Assault 1. Perfectly capable of killing Marines and stuff like that. Then it's got the Spirit Vortex, which is Range 18, Strength 3, AP 3, Assault 1, Large Blast. And same rules, you kill one or more enemy models. A unit within 12 of the Chronos itself gets a pain token. And then the Spirit Probe, which is its close combat attack. If it does it in close combat, it can hand out pain tokens. So basically what this thing does is it lets you hand out pain tokens to units without having to kill an entire enemy, which is really nice. There's another thing that lets you do this. Is the Animus Vitae, but it's only for homunculi, and it's when they kill, I believe, just independent characters in close combat. It might be other units, or might be other models, but I think it's just independent characters. I can check real quick though. Yeah. Oh no, enemy characters. You can take a leadership check and you can get a pain token if you pass. No downside if you fail. You just don't get the pain token. But the Chronos is nice. I'd like to field one. I definitely want to see GW releases a model for it.
Probably not.
It's 80 points, and for the Spirit Probe and the Spirit Vortex, it's another 30 points. So it's 110 points if you want it fully upgraded. It's a nice little addition to the heavy support choices. I think it's the better of the two homunculi, crazy war machine things.
It'd be nice if they were filled together. Because that'd make a pretty nasty pair, because you could give that one feel no pain nearly on turn 1.
That's true, actually. And since the Chronos can do it with ranged attacks, with the 18-inch large blast AP3 ranged attack.
And anything that the Talos Pain Engine can't get to, you can burn it out with a flamethrower.
Exactly. Which is really nice, and that's all for the heavy support choices. Now, the other thing, which is this is a really important part of this army, is the dedicated transports. The Raider is obviously still here, and then the new one is the Venom. The Venom has a transport capacity of 5.
Just like every other army is getting assault squads, pretty much.
And it's just got a splinter cannon and flicker field base. So it's got. You can put a small squad of something in it and use it to charge like lighter targets and stuff like that. Or if you've got incubi in it, 5 incubi can
wreck face on anything.
Right. So it's worth it. The Raider's the same vehicle it was. It got 5 points more expensive from last edition, but that's okay. It still has a Dark Lance, so it's still an anti-tank vehicle technically. It's still made of wet tissue. But
it's got weeaboo sails.
It does have weeaboo sails. The Aether sails, which is an interesting upgrade. In the shooting phase, you can forego shooting to move an additional 2d6. Which, I don't see a point to that. Oh, well, there's a point to it, if you really need to get somewhere. But the damn things can already move 24 inches. And then your units are so fast anyway, fleet and all that. It's not necessary.
Enjoy your sails, Mike.
Oh, I love my sails. And now, HQ choices. One I use now, and I've always been, just a fan of. Even though last edition I feel an Archon, and I now feel the Archon. He's exactly what I wanted him to do. I wanted him to be better than a Space Marine in close combat. He's weapon skill 7. He's ballistic skill 7. He's initiative 7. He's got a lot of attacks. He's finally leadership 10.
I honestly don't see how my Chaos Lord could defeat him in close combat even. I don't see how.
He's got a lot of nasty upgrade. He can still take Agonize. He can still take close combat drugs. He's got a ton of new weapons at his disposal, like the Jin Blade, which is a power weapon that After you roll regular attacks, which he gets a ton as it is, he gets 2 additional attacks. And the counter to the Gen Blade is if you roll doubles with it to hit, instead of it hitting the enemy, it hits you instead. But it's a lot of power weapon attacks, so it's a cool little weapon. The Husk Blade, which is a power weapon, causes instant death regardless of toughness.
And doesn't he have the Soul Trap?
The Soul Trap's a really, really nice little item. If you kill an independent character or monstrous creature, you can take a leadership check. If you pass, you double your strength for the rest of the game. So Huskblade Soul Trap, which was something that GW was actually suggesting because it was nasty, is a really, really good combination because you can actually get the effects of the Soul Trap more than once up to a max of strength 10. So if you kill 2 independent characters with your Archon or 2 monstrous creatures,
or charging some Hive Guard.
Exactly. You can end up being strength 10, causing instant death. Well, strength 10 causes instant death to anything anyway, but your strength 10 power weapon, causing instant death regardless of toughness. So you're fully capable of making a Necron Lord whose toughness 6 go, why? But he's got a new he's got a bodyguard thing now called the Court of the Archon. It's really fluffy.
It kind of works like the Inquisition thing that the Inquisitor could take. It actually worked exactly like that.
It's
they
all the units have different things. They all either augment the Archon or just like a combat kind of guy. Honestly, that's not how I field mine. I prefer my Archon to still be in a unit of Incubi with my other HQ selection, which is Homunculi. I love the fact that they still let you take multiple homunculi as a single HQ choice. You can pick up to 3, and one of those 3 can be a homunculus ancient. The homunculus ancient is basically just the more deadly, more tough homunculi. He's got 3 runes, and he's they've all got access to the homunculi war gear, like the liquefier gun, the stinger pistol, the hex rifle. And they also have one of the things. The anti-psyker weapon, which I can't wait until I roll up against the Eldar player and get to use this thing.
Or just a card player who's
Crucible of Malediction. Oh, the Psyker Battle Squad.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being one Psyker that ends up getting removed now, it's every enemy Psyker within 3d6 has to take a leadership check. If they fail it, they're removed from play with no saves of any kind whatsoever, which is really, really nasty.
Which means a lot of Eldar players are going to be like, oh, that's so unfair, that's so broken.
And there's the Arcane War Gear now is only for homunculi. They still have some of the weirder things like the Archangel of Pain, the Casket of Cleansing, and all that kind of stuff. There's just the Orb of Despair, Strength 10, AP 1, Range 6, Assault 1, Blast. Instead of rolling against the enemy's toughest, you're rolling against their leadership. It's just an interesting little weapon. And then the other HQ, one of the other HQ selections, I'm actually not a fan of this one, surprisingly, is the Succubi. All it really is
better witch.
It's an Archon that's got weapon skill 8, less ballistic skill, initiative 8, and less leadership. It gets a 4+ invulnerable save in close combat. Well, I don't give a crap about that because my Archon has a 2+ invulnerable save always because of the Shadow Field, which they brought back, in addition to the Clone Field, which is another cool one, which allows you to ignore D3 attacks of your choice after they've rolled the hit with them, but before they roll a wound. Every close combat phase. So you can, if let's say the power fist goes through, you're like, oh god, that's going to be my Archon or whatever, blow up. You ignore that one and then take the less painful hits. Everything's painful when you're toughness 3 and have a low armor save.
I don't want to hear it.
Sorry.
Your dedicated melee isn't initiative 3. I'm never going to get over that.
That's true. That's true. But overall, the book's a lot more options. I'm not going to talk about the special characters because there's no need.
Everyone knows already knows who they are.
They threw Cruella out. That's fine. She was a useless bitch. They added some new ones.
Huh.